text message.
Oh, that's right. Okay, text message. So I just met Prasannatma Prabhu recently in Alatra. Partha Prabhu, who's one of our team member in Canada, was unable to join us. He recommended Prasannatma. So, as a brief background, he's a board-certified neurologist. He completed his neurology residency at Brown University and is a stroke fellowship at UPMC in Pittsburgh. So he specializes in brain and in strokes. He came in touch with Srila Prabhupada's books and this kind of a few years ago. He was initiated by His Holiness Bhakti True Maharaj, and he is focusing on developing Bhakti Vriksha programs as well as using his skills, which he's going to talk about here, how to understand the scientific knowledge he has that he's sharing with other medical doctors, how to deal with stress, and how to deal with the pressures that we all have to put up with. And he's going to teach us some of the ideas about how to, the benefits of bhakti yoga, chanting, taking care of devotees and mental health, so that we can function better as devotees. And as we know, the Surgeon General of the United States recently declared that loneliness is an epidemic in this country. Another reason to really be serious about building some relationships over here. So, Prasannatma Prabhu has done a lot of randomized controlled study of decreasing burnout by coaching. So he's going to talk about this a little bit, how we can do better. So, lots of other things that he's done with retreats all around the world. And I'm not going to read all those because I want to let him get into his presentation. What part of India are you from originally?
Andhra.
He's from Andhra, which is in the south.
Yes.
So most of the folks here are from the north. So in advance, please. I have a lot of friends from South India. They're not known for speaking slowly. So we're going to remind you to speak slowly because we want to be able to absorb as much as possible what you share with us. Okay? So let's give Prasannatma a big hand.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. So today I will be, presenting a few things. Before that, I want to give, all the thanks and glories to Srila Prabhupada who created this platform. Without that, this is not possible. So, and again a disclaimer: the things I am going to present today are based on my personal experiences and also research I did, but as a humble devotee, I don't think I'm not qualified enough to tell anything to all of you. So I'm open to any suggestions, corrections, or insights. Feel free to share. The way we are presenting today is more workshop style, so will be more interactive. So I want to thank a few devotees. First of all, His Holiness Bhaktivinoda Maharaj. We are working for almost 8 years on Bhaktivedanta Medical Association. We bring healthcare professionals all over the country within ISKCON. We do retreats. So Maharaj is also a guiding force for that work. So I really appreciate Maharaj for his guidance throughout. Second is Anuttam Prabhu. Anuttam Prabhu, thank you so much for guiding me. And recently I met him in Alachua, and he shared valuable insights that's really helped me in this presentation. Next is Partha Prabhu. He is the one who initially listened to my research and then realized, okay, this will be beneficial for devotees. So, and of course, Rajesh Prabhu and all the whole mantra retreat team. I want to thank all of you. My background, I'm a physician. So for last 10 years, probably you may heard or may not heard, physicians had a highest rate of depression, suicide, alcohol abuse, and broken relationships. So do you know how many doctors die every year in this country? Just throw a random number. Committing suicide. Yes. 1,000. 30, 40. Many. 1 in 10. So answer is 500. 500 means like pretty much a big chunk of part of medical school. So that's a lot. And also when compared to the normal population, physicians have highest rate of depression and all the bad things you can see on that slide. When I came across this, and I realized it's important to have. During the COVID crisis, this burnout increased to 70%. Out of 100 doctors, 70 people, 70 physicians and surgeons were burned out. That has a huge impact. As per American Academy of Medical Colleges, there will be 148 shortage of physicians and 1 in 5 physicians will leave practice of medicine. And it impacts, of course, patient care, but also billions of dollars. So when I found the problem and thinking about how I can help with this situation, I came across 18th chapter 63rd sloka, where Krishna tells the whole Bhagavad Gita, and I really like the last sentence. Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential, deliberate on this fully, and then do what you wish to do. Means Krishna never insisted or forced Arjuna to do something. He said, okay, I told all of this, you think smartly and decide whatever you want to do. So that gave me an immense inspiration. And then I eventually became a professional coach. It's like almost 6 years journey. I became an International Coaching Federation certified coach. Coaching means pretty much what Guru does to the Shishya is partnering with clients in a thought-provoking, creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. In ISKCON you can add and spiritual potential, right? So that is the definition. So what I did is, as Anantam Prabhu said, I created a research study. This is one of the 3 or 4 studies that were done ever in the literature of, for physicians. So what if a physician who trained as a professional coach talk with these doctors, surgeons who are having suicide, depression and all of this. So this is the research plan. What I did is baseline I measured what is their depression rate and measured at 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and I coached for one half coaching, the other half no coaching. And with coaching, how their burnout decreased or depression decreased is the point of this study. And in this, I coached various specialties, you name it, ICU docs, ER, radiology, OB-GYN, surgery, right? Trauma surgery, orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, all these surgeons. It's very interesting, learning experience for me. So the way I did coaching is I did first session for 1 hour Teams call, and next 5 months, 45 minutes each month. So after 6 sessions, the control group didn't get any coaching. So the way how I measured depression / burnout is, this is the gold standard scale that was used, invented actually in 1980s We call it mass-like burnout inventory, which three components. One is emotional exhaustion. So by the end of the day, you feel like I am completely drained, I am fatigued, feeling at the end of the road, I have no hope. That is first component. Second is depersonalization. So usually people go to medicine to serve patients, humanity. But what these doctors are feeling is, okay, they are so hardened, they are treating like robots, okay. One, go. Two, go, right? There is no human connection. It is all get the work done. That is called depersonalization. There is no connection. Third is personal accomplishment. When you don't do work in a nice way, you don't feel accomplished. That leads to burnout. So this is one scale. And the second scale is the cousin for mass slack, which mentions about the employee perception of workplace. Means, are you overworking? Do you have control, autonomy? Are your values aligned with organizational values? Does your organization treating you fairly? Do you have any support system at work? That is so important for any organization. So then I randomized into two groups. One group got coaching. I coached everyone. Second group, nothing. And this is a big presentation, but for sake of the audience, I made it very short, like a 1.5 hour presentation into 5 minutes, so that I don't bore you. Right? So this is the results. So when I started coaching, the burnout or depression rate is 65%. With coaching, it went down to 50% by third month, and it went down to 40% by 6 months, and we stopped coaching at 6 months. But still the depression and burnout keep going down because the techniques and the things we discussed in these sessions. Not only the burnout, all the other components of that scale I showed you. So I don't go into the whole research aspect. This is the important slide for, to communicate the message. How it drastically improved the physician burnout. So then I presented this work in American Medical Association, AAM, various national, international organizations, because nobody has any clue how to handle this situation. So then I went to India. In India, they don't even measure physician burnout or depression. If you don't measure anything, you don't have any problem, right? No problem. All is good. So the problem comes only when you measure things. So then I started working even with various Indian organizations, Indian Academy of Neurology and other organizations, apart from American organizations. So why all that is relevant here? So I presented this in Mayo Clinic 3 days back. They invited me to present, and they said after the presentation, this is a physician who retired and who was in medicine for 50 years. And after the presentation, he ran to me. He is retired, he is 78 years now. And he told me the questions you asked during this presentation, nobody asked in my entire life. So then I realized, okay, this is important work. When I started this work, all my well-wishers, means my department chair, my seniors, who are in medicine said, you are wasting your time. You are a brain doctor, you are a stroke doctor, you make more money, more reputation working on brain. Why you bother this topic? You are not expert in this, right? So why I did this is sometimes in life something connects in the heart, like the calling or the purpose. When that happens, maybe Paramatma or Krishna inside is guiding us. So I don't know what, but I felt it is important area to work on, and I started working relentlessly day and night. Even though it's a lot of personal sacrifice, and lot of people argued or advised against doing this work. So now how we can translate this work for all the devotees? That is the whole purpose of this presentation. So now the real presentation starts. So Rupa Goswami said in Nectar of Instruction, verse 4, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially. That is exactly what I did with all these 50 doctors. Nobody cares in modern medicine or modern world, it's Kali Yuga, right? In 1970s, we used to have average 4 to 5 best friends. In 2020, in 2020s, we have less than one best friend. That is research. We have hundreds of thousands of Facebook friends, Twitter friends, LinkedIn friends, but not a real human friend, especially in the era of artificial intelligence. So the way we are going, and Anuttam Prabhu has mentioned, we are in the epidemic of isolation. Lot of people are depressed, isolated, sitting in the home, not talking with anybody. So that is the platform we are in. Okay, so now back to our topic, how to be productive. First of all, I want to lay the land. So we have 168 hours in a week. And as devotees, what we have to go through, right? We have to go through our devotional life, means health, sadhana, service, reading, preaching, deity worship, and traveling to Vrindavan, Mayapur, all the dhams. That is one aspect of life. The second is family, right? We have to raise our children very carefully. That is very important as per Bhagavatam. And take care of our aging parents. Again, Srimad Bhagavatam says it's extremely important to take care of elderly people. And maintaining the marriage and caring our partner. And active, of course, if you have kids, you have to, volunteer in so many activities, drops, picks, tennis classes, this and that, right? And then maintaining your home means making money. And then, of course, plan for finances. That is the second half we have to deal. And the third is our professional life. Means you have to excel in your profession. Means develop new skills, work-life balance, being a team player, how to advance your career, how to resolve conflicts, to evolve in our career. So, if we say 40% for devotional life, family life 30% important, professional life 30% important, as a pie diagram. Imagine yourself, this session from now onwards is interactive. My talking is done and I will ask to reflect. You can use your phones and take your notes in your phones, or we have some pens and books here. If you don't have any phone, you can do that. So just close your eyes and see where is your life. Are you spending, to give an example, right now I am 85% professional life, 10% or 15% devotional life, 0 family life, means I am traveling a lot. So I am not taking care of my family, right? So time always comes from somewhere. If I don't take care of my family, eventually problems will come. So I will give 2 minutes and close your eyes and see where your pie diagram is now. Yes, please.
Where do I put time which I give?
I have professional life, I have family life. 3 rings, right? So eventually in Krishna consciousness, our goal is everything becomes devotional. That color means devotional. Whether you are in family, whether you are professional, whether you are devotional, we should come to that stage from where we are right now. From this to this. So how to come to that stage? I will break that into few aspects and we can discuss. Again, I will give 3 or 4 minutes because the most important thing is the purpose in life. What is your really big goal? Think about it. Without goal, our life goes aimlessly. So why some people accomplish so much? See, Prabhupada, right? He met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1922 and that is his guiding principle. Whatever happens in his life, nothing changed, right? Success, failure, it doesn't matter. He has a clear goal. I have to go to West and preach. So what is your purpose or your really big goal in life? If you don't have any, that's okay. But just think about it for some time. And 95% of people don't have big goal. A lot of people die without knowing their purpose in life. Right. So coaching is a little bit more intense. I'm just giving like 0.5% of what I did to the surgeons, like a broader strokes. But in summary, it is like 6 hours of one-on-one time. So for your question, I don't have a goal, but in coaching what happens is we often ask questions, open-ended questions, challenging questions to guide you to that goal. There is a technique called 5 whys. If you keep on asking why, right? Ask one more why. Ask one more why. And eventually it will take you down. So we use so many techniques. It is kind of like just a small sample of what I did. Okay. This is another, as you asked, like, oh, you have a big goal. Now, what is your 1-year goal and a 5-year goal? That is the second question I asked. They have the questions. So you can think about it. That is good. Important concept I want to share is MVP means same thing, meaning, purpose and your values. It's extremely important. Everything originates from your values. Values is like the core. From that everything evolves in life. So I just want to introduce this concept MVP. And this slide is the most important slide of my entire presentation. This is the ultimate goal. Means we are all, wandering in a different place. Our ultimate goal is going back to Godhead and hopefully have Krishna like that one day. So the bigger principle, this is just for our ISKCON conference. We don't, hopefully I will discuss this at some point with all the physicians and surgeons once I have enough trust. But for this group, not this group, that's not the right word, for everybody, this is the ultimate goal. And every thing we do is based on this picture, whatever we do. Next, okay, we discussed about the goals. So whatever you wrote so far, to accomplish those goals, you need your strengths and superpowers, right? So what are your talents? What are your strengths? So, for example, if fish is trying to climb a tree whole life, we call stupid. So Krishna has given talents for all of us. Everybody is uniquely talented. So this is extremely important to take some time and see what are our strengths. So to guide that, I have few ideas. How do I identify strengths, right? So ask yourself, what energizes you? Means, what are you naturally good at? I'm a singer, I'm a whatever, What are you naturally good at? And what do others prize about you? People say, oh Prabhu, you are so too good. Actually, that is your strength. Whatever, I'm just giving the examples, but at least you should know what your strengths are, or else the fish will be climbing the tree whole life, not realizing its strength. So the point is, identify those core strengths, what Krishna has given you, and why you are uniquely different when compared to everybody else.
Okay, go to the previous page. What is
Now I will give 5 more minutes. You can. Yes. Oh, next slide. So you are good to put this slide? Or? Yes. Yeah. I think this is the most important aspect of our journey. So we have our goals, or the big purpose or big meaning. Second is our strengths/talents. Next is dream team. I call this dream team. To elaborate, Dream Team has three aspects. One is you can call Guru Sadhu Shastra, of course, in Islam, that is our driving force. They are your coach slash seniors, means in summary who are elderly. And second is your close friend slash your supportive peer slash your family member, whether it is brother, sister, other half, mother, somebody should be there. And third is people who are being guided by you. So your dream team should have all these aspects. If you have more people, better it is. I will give some time to think about who have you in your life to, basically on your dream team. So why this is important is if you have big goals and if you are not doing anything, okay. If you have big goals, great purpose in life, and you have all the strengths, talents, but if you are not doing anything, you don't do anything, right? Nothing will be accomplished. So you need some accountability partner or somebody to guide you. So that's why this concept of dream team is very important. These are the people who want you to really win, who want you to really succeed. You see, when Prabhupada met people, even though they don't have goals, even though they don't have that many strengths, just because he's supremely majestic or phenomenal, he pretty much made them very successful in many ways. So that's why the dream team plays a critical role.
If we don't have a dream team, then what does that mean? Like you are told?
That is okay. So in this presentation, the whole purpose is we don't need to have anything until now. But going forward, it is a framework to think about it. Right? So that's the whole mood of this is a lot of people whom I meet in the coaching sessions, people will cry that there is no other people whom they can talk with. These are like big surgeons who are earning like millions of dollars, but they don't have anybody to talk with. They have so much on the heart where they can trust. The problem is trust, right? If you tell somebody like malpractice lawsuits, they're never told to their family members. Just giving an example. So in this world, a lot of people don't have all of this, right? 95% don't have dream team, don't have, purpose in life. So just because we are assembled here, this is the Prabhupada's gift to all of you.
So does response support help in setting these up?
That's a great question. So I'm coming there in the last few slides. We are getting there. Baby steps. and moving forward, I think we have until 6 o'clock. So I don't want this presentation to be little, that's why I made it little kind of self-reflective, little bit interactive. So out of everything we do in life, right, we have goals, strengths, dream team, but if you don't have friends, if you don't have fun, and Krishna is God of happiness, right? So the thing in life is, the goal is not important, the journey is important. So I would like to take some time here, like 3-4 minutes or 5 minutes, and think about what best things happened in our life. Who appreciated you? Who said you thank you? Who said you, like, think about, the best things happened in our life. We often, does anybody have a gratitude book? The gratitude is not the right word. I call this a smile file. I file everything, right? All the medical students who gave to me, oh, thank you, Dr. Tadis, for teaching this. So I file them, and whenever, in world people throw stones, that is the nature of the world. Then you open this file and say, hey, I did all of this, and cheer up. So I will give 5 minutes to create your smile file here, and extend your smile file, that anything that happened best in your life, anybody who complimented you, all of that. Versions. So the acronym C means celebration. We start these sessions with C means celebration. Always the first question I ask whenever I meet them in session 2, session 3, 4, 5 is, what is the best thing that happened in last 1 month for you by the time we met you, right? I don't ask them about your goals. You are smart enough to figure out your goals. But my goal is to make sure you are having fun and happiness in life. At least you recognize that part. So if you don't have anything, that's okay. People who accomplished or whatever, right? In this world we are running all the time, forgetting about taking time like this to think about these things. So
will not go through the rest of the letters?
yes, C means celebration, H means hearing. So, coaching is all about 90% let them talk. I only talk less than 10%. That is my style of coaching. E means executive coaching. Other E means engagement. R means review and recharge. They come burned out, we discuss all these things and give assignment, or assignment is not the right word. They decide what they want to do and they go leave the meeting by recharging. Okay, I want to do this. So that is the thing I came up with the study. It's hearing. So we'll move forward. Hope you all have a smile file ready, and hope you will build that and make it a big book one day. Next is, okay, we have all this, right, so far. The most important thing is gathering all the resources. When Prabhupada came, what is his biggest resource? Is Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the books, that's what he brought. And of course he had so many resources, but I just want to make a point. So resources can be expanding your knowledge, expanding your skill set, expanding your experiences in corporate world. Your network is your net worth, right? Means in our language, devotee association, ABCD, A for association. So that is critical. Or dream team, you can put out that. Strengths, the way, at least I think myself, is how I can upgrade from morning to evening, every day. So the strengths, how can I refine my strengths rather than comparing with somebody. Next is tools. What are tools that are available? The world is rapidly changing. So much technology, so many new things. So the good thing in the dream team, out of everybody, I love working with young people who are clean in the heart, willing to listen, and work so hard. The entire research study I did with the help of 3 medical students. If you do the same study in a corporate setting, you need like at least 15 paid team you need, right? But at least, I guide them, and they ended up in University of Pittsburgh and all top Cleveland clinic. So that is the relationship, right? Dream team means they give to you, you give to them. I wrote like 3-page letters. Everything they did to me. So, of course, Guru Sadhu Shastra and seniors, as I acknowledged in the initial slide, but never underestimate the power of, youth. And Prabhupada actually built the whole movement on youth, the people whom he met. So, of course, team. So think about your resources. I'll give 5 more minutes to think about what all the resources you have to accomplish your, really big goal or purpose in life. But this is a guiding, some guidance how to maximize our resources. Usually I say like 20x, means think about, lot of people, at least in these coaching sessions, they limit themselves. So I introduce a concept of growth mindset and also limitless thinking. So just like, see, imagine, every time the driving force for me is like self-propel. Like 2 rupees, heart attacks, and he has this big goal and limitless, like the unlimited thinking. Most of the physicians and surgeons I coached, I was quite surprised how narrow they limit themselves. Oh, this is my potential. So I always tell them, limitless thinking. Okay, you are thinking about this. How about you can do 20x? Why not you can do 20x? And then unlimited. The other thing, Bhaktivinoda Maharaj always, I really like the way he changes the whole mood of so serious to so fun. So I take time in my coaching sessions to make sure what de-stresses you, what makes you fun. For example, just biking, putting Prabhupada Kirtan or Prabhupada lecture, I bike, right? That de-stresses me. Or swimming, just walking and chanting. So some of the things, so take time and think about what de-stresses you. That's extremely important. Your hobbies. There is a lot of research, especially in medicine, that a lot of people leave their hobbies once they enter into the medical school. So critical. We are all humans first. Then, all the professional. So next, it takes a lot of time, but at least you have to think of this, aspects. So we did everything, right? We have goals, strengths, dream team, smile file, resources. We have friends, fun, and all that. And finally, you need action. You need a strategic action plan to accomplish things. So a lot of people say, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to build this big cancer center, right? I coached one department chair, or his associate dean also, for head of the cancer center. And he said, oh, I have to build a big cancer center, I don't know where to start. Then, this is my steps. First is laser focus. Just take one small task. You cannot build a cancer center, in 1 year. You have to start with one brick. So what is that? One task that is crucial. Maybe getting funding, right? Somebody has to fund. So having that laser focus and starting with one task. Then the second is so important. Simplest and smallest things every day to accomplish to that goal. Again, Srila Prabhupada's story, 1922 to 1966. Every day, just to that one goal, relentless. But every day, small and steady steps towards that goal until we accomplish that goal. So, you have to be laser focused, take one task and then keep going, baby steps, not giant steps. And in this journey, you will get a lot of failures, lot of successes, but in my study, that's why I purposefully planned C for celebration. You have to celebrate. Celebration is so critical that where you started and where you are in this journey. I think the fourth one is very important. So in this journey, doing the most hardest things when you have the most energy and least distractions. right? Imagine writing one book is how difficult. And Prabhupada is relentless. You know, why he is writing during the night time, not sleeping, is least distractions. Nobody distracts you during that time. That is so important. Or else we are so busy with text message, WhatsApp, Facebook. Like, where is the goal? Where is the focus? It's all gone. You know, somebody reacting on Twitter, Facebook. So critical. Some people, you know, have most energy at 11 p.m. Some people have most energy at 3 a.m. It doesn't matter. What gives you most energy? What time and least distractions? And consistency. That is so important. Success doesn't come that easy. You have to be consistent. Okay. This is some, for every topic I discussed, I read like 20 books on each topic. So this is so vast. The other thing, right, reading, so critical, improving our skill set. You know, I read Prabhupada books and also other books also. I mean, self-help books. But improving the skill set is critical. So we have all this, right? We have everything that is needed. But I keep on telling you the same story. Financial difficulties. How many people he wrote, right? Send me some money. I need to do some important work. Health problems coming in. That is a cultural barrier. And Anuttam Prabhu said, speak slowly, right? And imagine 1960s, 70s. And personal sacrifices, leaving grandchildren, children, family. Probably we never ever had heard Prabhupada, right, if he lost his life on that Jambuta. But that doesn't matter. The journey matters. If he persisted relentless to that purpose in life, that matters. So, yeah. So, I identified few aspects of Prabhupada's life which are extremely important to accomplish goals. One is the core principle for us is devotion. Devotion is like the central nucleus. When Prabhupada came, he never compromised changing the dhoti to jeans and t-shirt. No, he never, again, see, that is wrong or not is not this thing, right? The topic is the principle. His focus, the relentless focus of devotion is the core for him. You know all the stories, but the way I looked at his lesson, story and application. I don't read this, you know all the core concepts of this. But I tell the core concept so that, I keep talking about the perseverance, and being resilient. Okay, I have a heart attack. Now go back to India? No. Resilient to that purpose. Next is compassionate leadership. So we use the word leadership, right? But Prabhupada is compassionate leadership. Am I qualified to be here? Absolutely not. Does anybody who initiated in the beginning, what are their qualifications? But he is like ocean of mercy. Like, that word compassion is so important. What is the difference between empathy and compassion? Empathy is, oh, you fell down, I feel so sorry, right? That is empathy. Compassion is, oh, you fell down, let me help you, let me take to the hospital. So, action is important. Empathy is words, okay, I feel bad. But compassion, Prabhupada, action. He built all the new Vrindavan, he inspired people, we have an excellent Yogashala. It is all compassion. And third is effective time management. At that time we don't have, all the new gadgets like, all these recordings and he's manually typing and going in rickshaw from Vrindavan to get published. So, but he is excellent time management, excellent. And then, you can take pictures. Next is empowerment. It's very important when you have a big purpose of constructing a cancer hospital or anything big. You have to empower people. You don't need to be like this narrow-minded. Everything goes through me, or like this insecurity, right? If I give power to other people, no. You empower people. Then only you. I said 20x, 100x, 1000x, 10,000x. Prabhupada is billion x, right? He billionaire. I don't have any number to be very honest. So that empowerment is critical. Trusting the team members. Even though these people, they have no experience, they don't know anything about anything. And then, okay, you do this, you go and build new Vrindavan, right? Imagine. And humility. And also relentless. He was like, there were times when I read his Lilamrita, he's constantly learning. Okay, I'm Bhakti Vedanta, I know everything. No. He's constantly evolving, and when his devotees are tapping his English, right, he's like, okay, do this. So that humility and learning from everybody. So those are the four concepts. Okay. And okay, if you have all this, are you successful? Absolutely not. Kartik is coming, right? We only did 1%. 2 inches, the rope. We did our part, but at the end we depend on mercy. But Krishna will never fail you. If you do all these things, I guarantee you, why I guarantee you? Bhagavad Gita guarantee you that you will never perish. So, but still, you depend on Krishna's mercy. So Prabhupada did all this from 1922 to 66, but Krishna's mercy is needed. Evolution, devotional life. I thought of whether to put this slide or not, and I will finish in next 10 minutes, and I will give back you 10 minutes. This slide is pretty much like Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Uttamadhikari in summary. So you all know that, so you don't need to. So the burnout in devotees happens when this problem outside people don't have. This is our extra problem. As Anuttam Prabhu, when he is introducing, being a devotee is even more challenging, right? So for example, I am a Kanishta Adhikari, a Kanishta devotee, and I am thinking I am like Uttamadhikari. There is a gap there. We are living in duality. For example, I am a Kanishta Adhikari, and I am thinking, oh, I am Kanishta Adhikari, I am useless, I am not chanting, I am working too much, I am doing all these things. And in ISKCON, the biggest problem is guilty. That's why I purposefully put this slide, even though I understand I am Kanishta Adhikari, and I think Kanishta Adhikari, it is a problem, because guiltiness inside. And if I think I am Kanishta Adhikari and I am thinking I am Uttama Adhikari, that is also a problem. This is a unique problem for all of us, at least for me. I will use 2 things here. One is, everybody started from this place only. And Bahunama Janmanam Antera. It takes many janmas to perfect. So it doesn't happen like a spot. So the most important thing is self-compassion. We have, before giving compassion to others, before giving oxygen to others, we have to put oxygen ourselves. So yeah, devotional life is very challenging when you are balancing personal, professional, and devotional. Uh, so, as somebody asked, what are the next steps? What should we do from here? So I've been to many places. Actually, that physician who ran, 78-year-old, he told these words: what you are doing is extremely important. Why they are not teaching this in our schools? It should be starting from 3rd grade. Our teenagers, our young people. This is not just for some burned out doctors, the concepts I said. But he said, this is extremely important questions to ask for everyone. So to answer your question, this is the first time I'm talking here. So if any of you are inspired or, I don't know where to go from there. So maybe that is my purpose in life, and to figure out my own, all the things I did. But I am happy to work with all of you. It's a journey, right? Prabhupada said collaboration, teamwork. You don't go by yourself. You work together. Somebody wants to. Okay. So that is the purpose. My goal is eventually to create something like a coaching platform where we share this knowledge to all the devotees in ISKCON, all the kids in ISKCON, and outside ISKCON. So that is my eventual goal, to do this work. When you ask, second is training. To become a coach, you need training. So when I talk with anybody, I take the brief. I always think like I'm at a 2nd grade level. How I narrow all the things I discussed at a 2nd grade level, and I develop resources for everything. Work-life balance, this. So if any of you are interested in becoming coaches or how to take this work forward, we can talk about it. And next is the most easiest and best way to please Krishna. If anybody has neuro problem, when we are coming from driving back from Pittsburgh, always I get calls for free. But if you have fellow Vaishnava, that's the most easiest way to please Krishna. Vaishnava Seva. I will end my talk pretty much in 1 minute. Prabhupada, this is a nice quote I like, so that's why I bringing this up. If one of the devotee had some illness, and Prabhupada said, health is number 1, chanting is number 2, serving is number 3, reading books is number 4, in that order. Health, number 1, chanting number 2, service number 3, and reading books number 4. So again, we do all this, but never forget that friendships, fun, and happiness in this journey. And this is our ultimate goal. Radha Kunda. Thank you so much.
We have about 10 minutes for questions.
Yes.
Holistically, what I said is we are devotee, not trying to be devotee. So we are doing devotional life, personal life, and professional life. So can we say that 2 higher goals, and can we work forward if we need that those 2 goals are more than 1 goal? Is it possible, or we should set only 1 goal?
So
So the question is, we have personal life, professional life, devotional life. Can we only have one goal or can we have multiple goals? So the answer is, you can have multiple goals. You can have goal for our personal life, and again I said like the big goal should be there. Under that big goal you have many sub goals, because we have to balance everything, right? So balance is the key. You should have a big goal for our personal life. You have a big goal for the professional life. You have a big goal for the spiritual life. But ultimately, we have a varnashrama. Eventually, as we are moving in this varnashrama, the spiritual goal gets bigger and bigger. But yes, we should have goals in each aspect.
You call them and like, and there, and there. And
Oh, this one.
3 hands up.
Oh, 3 hands up.
Extra 10.
Okay, 4. Okay, I will go in order. So yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the presentation. So you mentioned that in the beginning, as a Kanishta Adhikari, the professional life and devotional life are separate, and as most of us are grihasthas, we have to earn money. But then as we make advancement as a devotee, the professional and spiritual and personal are all mixed together and it's all devotional. But we're still grihasthas and we need to earn money. But usually in ISKCON and devotee community, it's expected that we do service for the sake of service and not expect money. So how do we overcome this challenge?
If I understand the question correctly, we have a personal life, professional life, devotional life, and in ISKCON you do the service, and sometimes this service is not paid. But how do I run my family?
Yeah,
We need Lakshmi to run the family, to raise the kids. So, Prabhupada said, if you have family, Bhagavatam said, 5 kinds of people you have to take care. If you have kids, parents, old parents, and brahmanas and all those 5 people, right? In the family, if we have any kids or kids, and if we leave the kids and do service, is Krishna happy? No. So it is so important to think little broadly. Sometimes see, we are a global organization. In my family, my daughter is 4 years old. She don't listen to me. And it's so tough. So if somebody is telling something, means we have to think smartly. That what is Shastra? That's why you have dream team. You have this question, you ask Guru Sadhu Shastra and your well wishers. That's why the dream team is extremely important. So my answer for that question is, for sure you have to do your responsibilities. You are grahasthashram, right? So you have to take care of your children nicely. Then Krishna will be happy. That is my limited understanding. Maybe it's my mistake. Sometimes I try to balance the Shastra and the ISKCON, this thing, and also and Bhagavatam, right? Mate Kabando Mat Sangin. What is Bhagavatam telling us? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare
Please.
Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for this lecture. Prabhuji, particularly I am with.
I'm going to ask that everybody, during the next 3 days, anytime you ask a question, my name is, I'm from such and such place. You can be the example of Acharya for us.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my name is Deepak Meher and I am from Washington DC. Particularly Prabhuji, I am struggling in time management. When I get a lot of work, then I end up messing up with my spiritual, maybe reading, chanting, my chanting goes till night. I can see that you are doing a lot of things and is very accomplished in your field. I want to know, do you follow anything to balance those things, particularly specific?
So the question is time management, how to manage time. So this is where the strengths concept comes, right? If you ask me, you said I'm very accomplished, I do so many things. The biggest strength for me, and it is the gift given by my mom from 3 years old. She is, in India, she is a devotee. She wakes up at 4. Devotee means not ISKCON, but like I'm talking about 30 years or more. From morning, I used to wake up from 4 a.m., from age 3. So when I use that words, right, non-distraction, most energy. So I do most 80% of important work between 3:30 and 5:30. Whether writing research papers or anything very, very important. So the other thing is I wake up, it's like a circadian rhythm, I don't need alarm. I'm just giving an example, what works for me, but it may be completely different for you. So you have to figure out what really works. But the magic formula is least distraction, and the formula is 80-20 principle, right? If you do 20% of things correctly, you are 80% productive. So what is that 20%? Forget about all the email answering, this, that. So much in Kali Yuga, so much problem after 2007 when smartphone is invented. We spend so much on YouTube, this, that. So many techniques. I can talk with you after. I have 10 things to share with you.
We have time. There were 2 more hands, and I can't remember who had their hands were. Okay, you're new and your hands up, so you're it.
Yeah. My name is Mukesh. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. I just have a general question for you. You said you read a lot of books. Can you recommend maybe 3 nice books to us to read? I can ask you later on.
No. I'm just thinking what are the Prabhupada books or not like outside books?
Whichever is close to you. I give a mix like.
I think at least again, see, I have no qualification to be in this room. I don't follow my instructions, follow Prabhupada instructions. But the most important book I personally like is Nectar of Instruction. It has everything. It has guiding principles for life. So Nectar of Instruction is number 1 book.
Nectar of Instruction.
Yes. Super small book, and you can, but it is a encyclopedia for an entire life. You get personal and bhakti and everything. It's a good question now, but debate is can I tell outside books? That's why Bhagavad Gita, and of course, I love
outside books. He wants outside books.
Okay, you want outside books. How to Win Friends. You know that Dale
Carnegie, you written in like 1920.
Still it works.
Amazing. Okay.
Atomic Habits. I can go so many, but I don't want to bring up here. So that's why I'm hesitant. It's running in my mind, but I want to.
I feel so much younger that you mentioned a book older than me. I'm so happy to hear that. There's time for one more question. Brief question. I'm not showing favoritism to the men from Washington. They just raised their hands for that.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, my name is Shrikant Vedanathan from Washington DC, Port Samak Temple. You mentioned about having a balance between personal, professional, and spiritual life. Can you help me understand what does balance mean?
Yeah, very important, right? So, if you read this history of our movement, right? Not only that, for example, if you are spending 100% of time in your professional life, forgetting family, and forgetting the whole thing, the kids get affected, isn't it? In the same way, when I said 40%, 30%, 30%, when we increase the time in one pocket, we are giving away time from some other pocket. So I am serving in the temple, 90% means your boss may fire you and you lose Lakshmi, right, to run the family. That is what I mean. So it should be extremely smart to be 40% devotional again. That is my arbitrary number. To make sure we are balancing this, if we don't, again I'm talking about if we are in Grihasthashram, if we are in Sannyasashram, it's all 100% life is happy. I mean, everybody has challenges, so we are in isolation, right? Even we were talking, during the Bhaktivedanta medical retreat with Maharaj. He was also telling, being sannyasi, we all go and take mercy and how I can help. And this burnout concept, your battery should be renewed. If you keep on giving, what happens? Your battery will drain. So even for everybody, we have to be replenished. So that's why balance is important. That is my little understanding.
So we mentioned that Prasannatma, who is a professional medical person, he works on the brain and strokes, and usually probably gets paid about $400 an hour. But he's free for the next 3 days. So take advantage. Any additional follow-up questions and all that, you're here till Sunday afternoon. Yeah, so please take advantage of that. And we talked about balance. So we started out with some pretty heavy things about thinking and looking at how we're going to actually invest, organize our lives. We're going to try to do a lot of balance over the weekend. So the next thing, we got a 15-minute break. If you haven't checked in, if you don't have your little badge yet, or your name tag, please stop at the Welcome Center.